Hey, good morning. Sorry that I was in the middle of a yawn. It was coming out. I have like zero voice right now because I have talked to so many people. I've and I did a lot of screaming because we had so many people on that stage from our team. So it was crazy. Um, who was on that was at conference? Just out of curiosity. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of people who's still in Texas and who is already home. I'm already home. I am home. I got some news, y'all. There's like a lot of good stuff. So I don't want to skip over. I don't ever want to skip over gratitude. So everybody make sure that you are grabbing your pen, your paper, your your gratitude journal if you have one already. Hopefully you do, fingers crossed. Um, and write down, and I'm sure, especially those of you guys that were in Texas, you probably have a lot of things to be grateful for over the last 24 to 48 hours. Write down those 5 to 7 things that you are grateful for. And I'll tell you what, I am so grateful for the opportunity to have spent an entire 2 days with the most amazing 600 people on this planet. We had over 600 people register on our team, and it's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful for the growth. I think back to when I started and going to my very first conference ever in this industry. And I had I think 26 people is who was at my very first conference with me. And then I remember the next conference I went to was already at 100. And then the next one, I mean, it just kept multiplying and multiplying. But the crazy thing is I never had as many, the most I've ever had go to a conference than this one, which was crazy because I swear to God, we had the most people there from our team than any other team. I don't know. I just think that. But I'm telling you, everywhere I went, I saw our team. I'm like, is there anybody here but our team? Um, it's crazy because usually we have like 20 to 25,000 people at a Lavelle conference. There were probably 4,000. And I mean, just because of COVID, and they only put a certain number of tickets on sale this year. And, there's people like still can't even travel. Like my girl Jamie Pekka, like her province in Canada, they can't even go anywhere. So it's crazy because just, people they're just not, things aren't normal yet. But to get 4,000 people, I mean, hey. But what's crazy is that last year, or not last year, but 2 years ago, when it was a normal conference, 25,000 people, um, utter craziness. What's nuts is that even with that amount, we still had more this year. It's crazy how much our team is growing. And we had more when there was only 4,000 people in that room. So I cannot even fathom, like seriously fathom what it's going to be like once it's completely back to normal. I mean, we're going to have 1,200 people there. It's going to be nuts. So I'm just extremely grateful for the opportunity to be able to spend some time with such amazing humans this weekend and be a part of something special. And there were so many lives. I know people, I mean, it was their first conference ever. It was their first Lavelle event, and they were in awe. I mean, they were going to leave that event and they were going to be on fire. Um, oh my gosh, just craziness. So, um, if you guys want to share in the chat something that you're grateful for, that's happened to you over the last 24 hours, please, please, please do. I love reading them. I know other people love reading them. So if you feel like sharing something, share away. I want to jump into conference. What some things that happen, some things that are going on, and even probably see who's on the, I mean, wants to jump in and say something. So anybody that's been to conference with me over the weekend and has some aha moments, we'll pull you on. But you guys, first of all, I just have to say, it's like a dream come true. Oh my God. I cried like, I don't know, 19,000 times, and I am not a crier. Like anybody that knows me knows, like I'm that person that it'll be the saddest movie ever. And everyone in the room is crying and they look over at me and they're like, does this girl not have feelings? Like, what is wrong with her? Okay, that's me. So and people that have been on my team for years can tell you I just am not a crier. Like we will go to retreats and people will tell the saddest story and I'm always like, there's just no tears. And I care. I truly care. It's, you know how you're brought up? Like some people are brought up different ways. And in my family, we just don't show emotion. Like it's the craziest thing. But anyways, as I'm aging, getting older, I don't know if it's my hormones. I don't know if it's like, the good old around the corner, I'm going to be going through the menopause. I don't really know, but something's up with my emotions lately where I'm literally crying at commercials. Okay. So when I got through this weekend, what hit me the most, like what I was so like, oh my gosh, what is going on? What is wrong with me? I was so just consumed by the fact of the size of the amount of people that were there from our team. But then to think back and think that I was with another company for 6.5 years. I mean, y'all, I was with another company for 6.5 years and I said, I'm never leaving. I'm a lifer. This is where I'm going to be forever. I mean, I never pictured myself going anywhere else. And literally to be at that 6.5 year mark going, what is going on? Why can I not help anyone get to the top of this comp plan with me? Why can I not help one person walk across that stage? Why can I not get one person to be in the millionaires club with me? Like 6.5 years is like, and no one was even close. And then to find Lavelle and to find this compensation plan and this product and everything, and to literally just know that I was going to be able to help more people if I just said yes. The hardest day of my life was the day I resigned after 6.5 years with a company that I was going to be a lifer in, and sign up with a brand new company and give up, 25 grand a month in income. I thought, are you crazy? I remember my mom and my sister were like, Lisa, you got to be out of your damn mind. You were making that a year waiting tables, and now you're going to give that up and go start over. What if, like, what if you just have to go back to waiting tables? But I was so tired of not being able to help people get to those places that I was like, I guess I'll have to go back to waiting tables because I can't do this anymore. But I knew that was not going to be the case. I knew that with this kind of compensation plan, we were going to be able to help so many more people. And here we are, y'all, literally 4 years in, and having 6 millionaires on our team. 3 walk across the stage, the last conference, 3 this conference, literally hanging in the balance. Next conference, I expect there to be so many more. I mean, we have so many people right on the edge of that. And do you guys even know what's crazy? Oh my God, this is going to blow your guys' mind. Going to blow your mind. Do you know there were millionaires walking across that stage that were 12Ks? There were millionaires walking across that stage that were 40Ks. There was a 12K and a 40K millionaire. You want to know why, guys? Because if you stay in this company long enough, it doesn't matter what rank you are, you're going to hit $1 million. There were 12Ks and there was 12K and a 40K. They had never been at 200K before, but they are amazing, awesome high enrollers. And they've been with Lavelle since the beginning. And in 7 years, they've earned $1 million. Who cares what rank you are? Who cares if your rank is 200K when you're going to earn $1 million in income in 7 years? Think about that. Like, what's your JOB right now? And I want you to take the income, and how many years would it take you with your job currently right now for you to hit $1 million in income? Seriously, is it going to happen in 5 years? In 7? Dude, I would have been whittling away, freaking deep frying French fries and pots of coffee after pots of coffee. And I'm telling you what, I would have died a thousandaire, because it was never going to be making no $1 million waiting tables. Okay. So I just want you guys to see the big picture here. Is every single one of you on this Zoom right now will walk across that stage one day. I don't care if you maintain the rank of 4K for the rest of your life. At some point, you're going to hit $1 million and walk across that stage. You might be 92, but you're going to walk across that stage. Okay. So I had just thought that was the most exciting thing. I don't know. Am I the only one that just think that is the most exciting thing to know that as a 12K, 40K, and 80K, you don't have to be at 200K to walk across that stage. You just have to be consistent and don't worry about left or right, up or down. What are you doing? Right? Because let me tell you what, that 12K has one crazy PPA every month, and they aren't worried about what everybody else is doing. They're worried about what they are doing, and that's why they're walking across that stage. So just know your success in Lavelle don't depend on anybody but you, right? I mean, we get that through our heads, and we got to stop saying our upline ain't helping and our downline ain't working, right? Like, because that 12K and 40K that just walked across that millionaire stage this weekend, they were not worried about what their upline was doing or what their downline wasn't doing. Okay. It was just so crazy to me. But anyways, just so back to the whole, 4.5 years or 4 years with Lavelle, 6.5 with another company, and one person, you guys, was able to ever hit the auto bonus level on my team in that other company. One, you guys know we just hit number 1,000 this weekend. 1,000 auto bonus earners on our team. Like, you can't make this shit up. This is so awesome. And then 200Ks. Oh my gosh. I think we're now at, I don't know, 40 200Ks on our team. That's the top rank in this company when 6.5 years with another company, not one person. Like, if you all don't believe this is the right place at the right time, I don't even know how to inject that into anybody. Like, I don't know how to make anybody see how ridiculously freaking crazy it's. I just can't. I don't know. I'm mesmerized. And first of all, I just want to say that for those of you guys that couldn't be there, and I know there were so many, because listen, not only were people not able to be there because of, people like Jamie that they couldn't get there, but there were people that they weren't working for so long that now they've got to work every second. They can't be taking any days off. I mean, there's just so many situations. So, I can't wait till things get back to normal and we've got everybody there. But I am grateful for the ones that could get there. And for those of you that it was your first time, I've got to know in the chat, how life-changing was it? Like, you've got to just tell me. I mean, we're going to do a Thursday night Zoom. We're going to do recaps. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you this. I'm so excited. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to do like a little recap of conference, but you guys, okay, so have you guys heard of the 200K documentaries where they fly to the 200K, and Jamie Pekka has one on our team? Does anybody else? I don't know. Amanda? No, I don't think she has one. I don't know. But Jamie might be the only one on our team that has one. But anyways, I am doing mine Wednesday, y'all. I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell people this, But long story short, I've got to fill my day. They're doing it different this time. Like they're telling me, okay, it's not going to be like before. We are going to focus more around what you do to build your business all day. Like we want you to pack your day full of this is how I grow my business from home. And I was freaking. I was like, what? What? They're going to come and watch me in my bed with my hat on my phone? Like, come on. That is not going to cut it, Lisa. You're going to have to get out of bed that day, take a shower. Oh, hell no. And you are going to have to produce looking like you work. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I messaged Stacy Weisenberger because she's got her act together. Let's just be honest. And I do not. And I'm like, Stacy, I'm freaking out. Like, you do not even understand. I'm going to be so embarrassed. They're going to be like, what do you do to grow your business? Well, I lay in my bed all day on my phone and I answer questions. Like, I got to do more than that. She's like, oh, girl, we're going to schedule this and that. So listen, you guys, I need your help Wednesday. We are going to be putting out like maybe a power hour. We're also, and you guys, your faces might be on like this 200K documentary. That'd be cool, right? So you guys make sure if you can that you help me out on Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a live event, Facebook live event. And it'll be early too, y'all, like early for me, like probably 4:00 ish, which 5, 6, 7, like 7 Eastern. I'm going to be doing a Facebook live event for prospects. We're going to do a Zoom that day, some kind of training. I don't know what. So plug into that if you can. And then also some kind of power hour. So whatever I'm putting out Wednesday, if y'all can make it look like that's a normal thing and that we work that hard every day and that all I do is Zooms every single day, all day. Can you guys please do that for me? Okay, can we make it look like we are the hardest workers on this planet? Because I just can't lay in bed and be on my phone working all day. Like that is just not gonna cut it. And y'all are gonna make fun of me when the documentary comes out going, yeah, right. Yeah, Lisa does not look like that. She usually has a baseball hat on and she hasn't showered in 3 days. So, but it's a documentary. So you've gotta clean up. So don't make fun of me. Don't say things when I get on the Zoom like, oh, you showered, because that's how we talk. That's how you and I all talk. You guys know me. I know you. So don't do anything to embarrass me, people. You know what I'm going to tell you? The same thing I tell my kids. Hurry up and pretend you're normal. That's what I tell my kids. Before anybody's coming into the house or somebody's going to, flies in to visit, I'm like, everybody pretend like they're normal. That's like my famous phrase to them before anybody enters our house. So I'm gonna tell y'all, pretend like we're the most normal team ever, okay? And yeah, so that's how it's gonna be. We're gonna pretend like we're normal. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. So whoever can get my back on Wednesday and make me look at like have the appearance of the most awesome leader in Lavelle, that would be freaking grand. I appreciate you. So anyways, I'm super nervous, excited about that, whatever. That's why I flew home from conference early because they're going to be filming my home, y'all. I got to clean this place. I'm like, oh, I got it. And I walk in the house and there is dog poop on the floor. I'm like, awesome. Like, thank God I came home early because that would be embarrassing in a Lavelle documentary. Anyways, so that's what's happening with my week, and I hope y'all pitch in. So at conference, let's go back to conference for a minute, because for those of you guys that weren't there, I want to totally 100% make sure that I try as best as I can to cast the vision to the people that were not there. And it's impossible. Like, how many of you guys live streamed it from home? Did anybody live stream the conference? So you still watched it, but you did it from home, just out of curiosity. Because even if you did, I'm telling you guys, the feeling is not the same than being there in that room, experiencing it live. Like, you can watch it all day long on TV. Kind of like a concert. Let me compare it to that. If you go to your most favorite person's concert in person, it's great. But if you watch it on MTV or if you watch the same concert on HBO Live, like, it's just not the same. Y'all know that, right? Like, it's just not the same. Well, it's the same thing with this. Like, when I say it's so important to get to these things when and if you can, it totally is, because it can change everything for a person. I've watched people go to these conferences and literally they they haven't done nothing. I'm just gonna be honest. They got the little fire, the kindling in their belly, but they've been too scared to step out of their comfort zone, or they don't want to go live on Facebook. They don't want to post too much because they're afraid they're going to get unfriended by people, or the millions of things we tell ourselves and the excuses that we use. And then they say, you know what, I'm going to check this conference thing out. I'm going to get to this and see what happens. And they do, and they leave, and all of a sudden they've got the fire, they've got the vision, and it changes their whole business. All of a sudden that person that couldn't go 4K or was stuck at 4K or was stuck at 12K, they leave conference and they move 2, 3, 4 ranks. So, it's a huge thing. But what I love about technology is that for a lot of you, it created a way for you to watch it online. And look, if you can't be here in person, obviously the second best thing is making sure that you got to see it live. Like, how cool is that? But for those of you guys that, weren't there or didn't get to see the live pay-per-view or whatever the heck it was, I don't know, did you have to pay for it? If it wasn't free, I don't know. But I like to try to get that picture painted as much as we can. And we're definitely going to do a Zoom this week about what that looks like, what it looked like for people, interview some people that were there with their aha moments and stuff like that. But I don't know, just out of curiosity, is there anybody on right now that wants to unmute themselves that just has to share like their biggest takeaway from this weekend and what it did for you? Like, maybe even 1 or 2 people that just want to speak up, because I just think that, starting our Monday off this way would be awesome. So anybody feel like it? If you want to, you can
You
unmute yourself.
guys,
Hi.
hi. Sorry, my voice is so crazy because I was screaming at Palooza.
I know, mine too, girl. Me
um,
too.
you guys, I'm telling you right now what they're sharing. It's almost like when you have a baby and everybody's telling you what it feels like. And like we all as moms know, like you have to just go through it yourself. Like you just have to go through it. It's exactly like that. Like it is a feeling that you really cannot put into words. And I know for myself and people who could see my page yesterday, I completely broke down in the airport. I was standing in the Starbucks line getting my little oat milk, and I literally was just a mess. I immediately, like everything, processing all of the feelings, processing like all the information, the inspiration, the motivation, the knowledge, the fire. Like it just literally succumbs you. And I just couldn't do anything but praise God and literally like break down. And it, if you're not able to dig deep and like find your why when you're just sitting at home, like Thrive Palooza will make it so clear. It'll make it so clear, just seeing so many different people from so many walks of life. And the fact that you literally, like, I have a picture with Lisa, and the fact that you literally can touch our millionaires, touch our thousandaires, and they're just staring at you like, you look exactly like them and they look exactly like you. Like, you don't feel like you're standing next to that millionaire or that pedestal. You really, really feel the team community that we get through these Zooms and things. It's just the fact that like you're literally in front of each other. And it was so surreal. Like it's almost fake seeing y'all on Zoom now, because I got to see so many of you and touch you, this weekend. But it literally, literally changed everything for me, and the huge, huge moments. I have so many notes, y'all. Like you can inbox me. I swear I organized them last night. I have so many notes from every single person. But it was the keep going. When Rodney pumped the crowd up to scream, keep going, after he listed so many adversities that we find, people quitting, people telling you no, people not having the money, like everyone just yelled, keep going. And I mean, it resonated through your spirit to just like literally, like Janetta said, thank you next. It's okay to say thank you next. And sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna keep taking all the stuff, but Rodney said last year, get mad, make a damn decision. Puff your chest up, do whatever you gotta do, get in your feelings, but then make a damn decision. Either like my mom said, sorry for cursing, you guys do or
You are so right. Like my mom says that too. So does my grandmother. Shit or get off the pot. That's like one of their most favorite sayings ever. And it's so true. And oh my gosh, it was so good. Like I think everybody had that mental like moment where they broke down this weekend at some point. Mine was watching my like people go across stage and like people be up there. Y'all know, oh my gosh, I gotta tell you this. So every category, every single category, you guys, that they gave an award for, every single one, every one, like not one that was missed. There were at least 5 of the 10 from our team, sometimes 6. 5 of 10 people were from our team that earned an award, every single category. We had 5 in the magazine, more than I think any other team in Lavelle, I'm pretty dang sure. Like we dominated, like this team dominated, or should I say twins team dominated. I mean, it's crazy, like it is nuts, but I mean, like, oh my gosh, look at Jill Lucero. I was like, oh my gosh, this chick, I had no idea that she was like one of the top income earners, like that in her category, like crazy, crazy, crazy. Jill walked across that stage. She's not a 200K. Like that's freaking incredible. Like that's the kind of stuff that gets to happen. Don't worry about we get so fixated on that rank or that PPA. Dude, you don't have to be a 200K to be up there. Like they recognize people for all ranks and where you're at and what you're doing, achievements. It's the coolest thing ever. Anybody else want to speak up?
Lisa.
Yes, honey.
Hi. Gary John Bishop was amazing.
Oh my God, he was so good.
That was my breakdown. He said, you're not struggling in life, you're struggling with you in life. And then he made us actually think what we revert to when things don't go our way. And I held it together until he called on me and I had to say it out loud and acknowledge it. And then I just broke down, and throughout the rest of the weekend, I broke it down even more. So now I so feel like I can move on and be better and stop struggling with myself in life. This weekend meant so much to me. I cannot even describe it in words. So I want to just say thank you to everybody for just making it the most incredible weekend ever.
Amen. Amen. He was so good. It's so funny because there were so many people that I talked to that came up to me that talked about their aha. Like they were like, oh my gosh, my favorite part was this, or it was worth coming here just for this one statement, or just to hear this one person, or just this one tip. It's so crazy how something resonates with us, and it's the whole reason like we know we were there. So crazy. So I get it when you have that like one moment or that one thing and it's like, wow, okay, this is why I was supposed to be here and I so needed to hear that right now. It's so huge. And sometimes it's things we've heard before. We've heard our upline say it, or we've heard it on another Zoom, but for some reason hearing it at that moment from that person, it just hits different. Like we get it. We actually get it. Yes, keep going. Oh my God, Rodney, like there's so much, there's so freaking much. I can't. That's why I got to get other people on, because when we're overwhelmed, and some of y'all are great note takers and I'm just not one of those people. I like catch my couple things, they sit with me. I'm not a big writer downer person, but some of y'all are great note takers. That's the ones I got to get on like this week on a Zoom to share, because I know y'all aren't going to miss a beat. Who is there anybody else on that wants to jump in?
Hi, can I say something?
Yeah, girl, say it.
Okay, so I'm like shaking right now because I've never talked on a Zoom. Sorry, my dogs are annoying. So Lisa, we were at the piano bar together and I like just stared at you the whole time and I wish I would have talked to you. But
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I was like nervous. It was stupid. It was so stupid.
Oh. Well, you're talking now, so girl, go share.
Okay, so Rodney, my husband came with me. He really doesn't work his business. He has not hit any ranks. Totally fine. It doesn't matter. But Rodney changed his life. When Rodney said how he was homeless, he would walk to Starbucks, get on free Wi-Fi, and do. That put a fire under my husband's butt. Gary John Bishop, he changed my life. He brought me out of my funk. He brought me out of my depression. And when he said, tell your inner Karen to shut the hell up, I was like, he's so right. He's so right. Like, you're in your head telling yourself you can't do it, but you are not your thoughts. You are so much more than that. And this weekend was amazing. I cried hugging Amanda. I cried hugging Aubrey. Like, I just cried. Being around so many inspirational people, it's so overwhelming, but it's such a good feeling. And honestly, I feel myself going 12K this month because it just changed my life. You're not your thoughts. You are all amazing, and it's all just gonna happen. Like, you have to get there next year. I have so many things that I can't like say all of them.
I know, it's overwhelming. And girl, I swear to you, the next time you better come up to me.
Well,
yeah. Oh my God. Rain, we were in the it was the cocktail party. It was like all dim and dark in there Friday night. And Rain came running up to me and she's like, oh my God.
Yes, next time I will for sure. I was like, I'm shaking now, but I was like shaking. I was telling my husband, I was like, I can't do it. He's like, just do it. Just do it. And I was like, I can't do it.
Oh my gosh, you better next time. Hey, and also if you guys were at conference and for some reason did you get your little gift from me, Kimberly?
I did not, but I think that Annalise might have grabbed me one. So I gotta check with her.
Check if somebody was there and you guys didn't, because I know not everybody did, because I got some left. Let me know and I can send one in the mail to you guys. Like, seriously. Oh my gosh, and I get what you're saying. Like, there's so many things it's like boggled in your mind, but the impact is so huge. You do leave with belief. And oh my gosh, I'm glad you mentioned the husband thing, because I have had like husbands or wives. Seriously, it could be either or, but more husbands than wives. Let's just be real. We are a women dominated, industry. Let me tell you what, husbands that were not supportive, that the wife had to drag with them, and they leave different people. They leave like, I think I want to work this business too. Like, I get it. I get what this is about. So if you guys can ever come and get your spouse there, it's so huge. It's like a night and day thing once they leave and they kind of catch the vision with you. Anybody else? Feel free to speak up. Don't be shy.
Hey guys. Oh, go ahead, Kayla. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so this was my first ever Palooza. I actually hit the promoter button in 2017. So this is my first time going, and I went by myself. So I was literally like a kid in the candy store, with my little Dora the Explorer backpack, just all excited about life and excited about Thrive, not knowing what I was going to take away. And I filled up I bought the notebook, the black notebook from the gear store, and I filled it halfway up. So tells you how many notes I took. But my main one it was also Gary. Oh my goodness, sweet baby Jesus. He was just what the doctor ordered, because I knew I needed a shift for myself. And I knew that that's what I needed to go for. And so that's why everything worked. The stars worked for me to go. Everything was against me at first, but then once I made the decision that I needed it for myself, then I just like everything started happening. But the two questions that Gary had us write down or one question and one statement was, am I willing to do what's next? And I am unwilling to ... So that was my two main things. I have to stop the excuses, and I just have to do it. If I want this, if I want that, I have to stop telling my kids every excuse in the book and just do it for them. If they're supposed to be my why, I'm also making them my crutch, and I had to stop doing that. So, and I took a picture with Maria. Oh my God. We were going to the bathroom at the same time, and it was literally like star. I feel like I was around all these celebrities, and I was like, oh, that's Natasha. Oh my God, that's Natasha Robertson. And then I was sitting 2 rows behind Susan Kaufman, 2 rows behind her. I was like, that's Susan. That is Susan Kaufman. So it was just a crazy experience. And just like another person had said, they eat, sleep, and drink just like we do. They take Thrive just like we do. And it was just absolutely crazy. So I was sitting there by my little lonesome, just soaking it all in, but it was a great time. So definitely going to be there, making this an annual trip for sure.
Yeah, once you get to one, you have to be at all of them. you can't you can't not go. The FOMO is so real.
It's like
Hey,
Pringles.
Lisa.
You can't just have one.
Is it always in Texas?
You know what? It was New Orleans one year, and that
Okay.
was cool too. But I think that it's mostly Texas. Yes. I think it's mostly Texas. But yeah, they switched it up, and I knew it was New Orleans once. Since I've been here anyways. I don't know before I was here if they did it other places, but yeah, New Orleans one time. Anybody else I know somebody else was trying to speak at the same time as somebody else. Anybody else?
Hi, I'm Jackie. How's everybody
Hey,
doing?
Jackie.
Oh my God, I'm still on fire, y'all. I'm on my couch, but I'm on fire. Awesome. I went in on Thursday. I got a day early because I'm coming from Rhode Island, but just absorbing everything. I've been on since 2019, and I missed out on the first Thrive Palooza, and then 2020 came in and COVID, and they canceled that. But I was on point this year, and I was by myself, but my team was there, but they had open arms. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know why I raised my hand, but I enjoyed it.
No, that's perfect, because you know what? There's so many people that are afraid to go by themselves. They're like, oh my gosh, there's people that I talked to this weekend that they're like, this is my first time on an airplane. There's so many people that are so scared to go alone, because sometimes we sign up and we're going to stay and we're the only one that signed. Like, we're just getting, we're the only one in that area. So then we got to get on we're like hoping, and we're going to meet these people that we've seen on Zooms and that we talk to in Messenger, and we know who they are, but we haven't, been with them in person. And it's like a scary feeling. So to put yourself out there and to do it and then get there, I just think the message that you're sending people is huge, because you're telling them, look, I got there, I was alone, and people, that's how we are. Like, we're gonna, you know what? I mean, there was a girl that, this is how friendly we are. I was at a bar and some girl walked up and she was like, I'm alone. That was what she said. I'm alone. And I was like, oh, whose team are you on? And I assumed she was with LaBelle, and she wasn't. But she wasn't even with LaBelle. And I was like, oh, I said, you need to be on my team. And she said, okay. She's like, all right. What's a team? I want to be on one.
I walked right by you. You were standing out front of the Omni, and on the side. And anyway, you were in a train of thought. I wasn't even going to mess with your thought. So I just said, I think I'm going to keep it moving. But I saw you, and I saw a lot of people, and I just absorbed. I was just like a flipping sponge. Thank you.
So awesome. That's so awesome. Anybody else? We got time for one more.
I'll go. Hey, everyone, it's Danyana. I just want to share 2 things. First thing is, if you've never been, you need to get there. I can tell you, I was had a fire lit, but it wasn't truly lit. I thought it was. This thing, I have such a passion now, and my why has been figured out. That's the first thing. The second thing was the follow-up. That was the one that was key. I don't know if that was fully shared because I hopped on late. As y'all see, I'm still traveling now, going to the airport. But the follow-up, man, I'm the one who will do it once or two times, and I'm like typing nervously. But when Janetta was like, it took 13 times 13 times for the person who enrolled her to, you know, follow up with her, I was just like, wow, like, okay. And the idea of doing it fearlessly, that's already something that we on our team like say, like we want to start to do things fearlessly this year. But that was just so powerful to me because they need the product, right? Like we're doing something for them. And I never fully thought about it this way, though it has been shared, but for some reason it landed differently while I was there. And so I went and I followed up like crazy, like just messaging people. And can I tell you, my inbox is so full. I don't know why, but I passed out last night for the first time ever. Well, for the day, sorry. And so my inbox is so full with people responding now with, yes, I want to try it. Yes, I want to try it. And I can't wait to get home and actually sit and respond to them. Like there is power in that. Even if it's just, hey, can I send you a sample? I also included that this time because that sampling to the top, when I heard parts of that, that also stuck out to me. I was like, well, yeah, right. I don't always have to charge. If they're willing to do something, they can't get this product unless they do X, Y, and Z. That's okay to do sometimes. And so those things were just game changing to me. So I'm following up with everybody and their mama once a month, maybe once every other month. But let me tell you, they're going to get tired of seeing me in their inbox and going to be like, let me just order this thing so this girl will leave me alone. That's what's going to happen.
I freaking love it. It's so true though, because like that's always an aha for me is when I hear people's stories and how long it took them to thrive. Like how long they were watching somebody or how many times they had to be followed up with, because that's the thing is like, I mean, I say it all the time. The advertisement, like if you watch TV and you see a commercial 3 times in an hour, the same one, the reason they do it like that is because they realize that it takes the average person like 12 times to go, what is that? Like, well, maybe I do want to look and see what that is. And putting yourself out there too. Like, I think that's huge. Like putting yourself out there and actually going for it. And I think that getting to conference does that for some people. They realize just how much they weren't doing or they could have been doing, you know, and they kind of let that fear take a sidecar. They're like, I'm not going to let fear get in the way and I'm just going to message people. Like I'm going to message people and get out of my own way and just share. And you know what? You're so right. You know, we get so caught up in doing things a certain way as far as, you know, I have to charge for a sample. There's different ways to charge for a sample other than actual money, like having people do actions to earn them, you know, putting them through the funnel, things like that. That's huge. If they're going to earn it one way or another, because it's sampling to the top that's what I did. When I came in, it was get this product in people's hands because I knew if they could get 3 days of this in their body, that 8 out of 10 of them were going to need more. 8 out of 10 people were going to go, I want to know what it's going to feel like to continue to take this product because I've already seen something happen. I mean, get people on Thrive, GPOT, #GPOT, get people on Thrive is the name of the game, y'all. Anyone else? I know I said one more, but we got time. Anybody else?
Just real quick, Lisa, I just want to let everybody know. I don't know who follows Aubrey, but last night us New York girls that were flying into Albany got to ride on the plane with Mike Tyson, and Aubrey sat across
I
from
saw
him.
that.
And her post, like, it closed my weekend out the right way because I was fangirling. I waved to him, he waved back and said hi. He waved back and said hi. And then she sat across from him. And like that closed out my weekend and just verified everything that I learned this weekend. So if you aren't following Aubrey, you need to go and look at her page and just look at her picture with Mike Tyson and just read the words and just let it resonate with you. She's so good at wording stuff and just giving stuff out to the universe when it's so needed.
Morning.
Yeah, I saw her post. It was so good. Hey, Shelly.
I'm in the middle of getting my kids up and stuff. So I had to, I told Aspen, I was like, I don't know where that redirect goes to for Team Room and Zoom. So I had to figure out which Zoom account, because we've used Jen's, I've used mine. So this morning I was logging in to see which one that was. But anyway, it didn't go to the one.
Wait, I'm having trouble hearing. Who was talking? Was there somebody? I'm lost.
It was Shelly, but I don't know if she meant to mute or unmute herself.
Okay. I was like, wait, somebody seems like they're trying to talk, but I'm not hearing the whole picture. Do we have anybody else that wants to share?
Jana.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
So I've been in since November, and I'm in the medical profession. I've never done any kind of sales or network marketing or anything. And I definitely like had a fire, like this is something that I wanted to do until this weekend. And I'm going to tell you that, oh, I'm going to cry. What in the heck? I have never experienced anything like that before, ever. The welcoming, the motivation, just every piece of it was just amazing. That nobody's above anybody, that nobody's better than anybody else, that everybody's wanting to help each other and see each other succeed. There's not competition. It was just, I don't even really have all the words. I wasn't planning on speaking right now, but but what it showed me was, I've been working for 20 years as a nurse practitioner, helping kids, helping people raise their babies. And, but I've been working for somebody else. And what I realized this weekend is I can help people in this and still do what I want to do as a nurse practitioner on my terms. So it's just, I have got a fire like I've never had. I'm almost 50. Never, ever have I felt the way I feel right now. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
That's so exciting. I mean, that's what it's about. Excited for the team. I mean, if you couldn't get there and you're feeling a little jelly, and maybe you're kicking yourself in the butt, maybe you could have gotten there, but something was holding you back, whether it was the fact that you had to go by yourself and you were a little nervous, or whether it was, you're newer and you kind of like, were like, how important is this? I mean, there's a lot of reasons, or you just couldn't because of life, just make sure. I mean, look, if you are on that 7-year plan, like I always preach, that 5 to 7 years, that you've got to give this business time, you're still going to be here next year, right? You ain't going anywhere. You're treating this like a business. You understand that it takes time. You're going to be here for the next conference. And I hope that you understand how just important it is to get there. But not only that, you guys, we have other things. I mean, one of my goals for the rest of the year is I'm going to be doing travel trainings. I'm going to be getting in on an airplane or in my car. I'm going to be coming to Wisconsin. I'm going to be coming to Minnesota. I'm going to be going to Florida. We're going to be coming to the East Coast. I want to go to California. Get to one of these locations, because it's the same type of feeling. I mean, conferences, overdrive, like the feeling of conference, there's just nothing like it. But to get to something where you can literally be in a room full of like-minded people, and people that have the same visions and goals and dreams, that support you, that get it because they're on that same journey. We all have different end goals. We all have different things on our dream boards, but the main goal is the same, right? We're all thrivers and we all get it. And we all get the excitement and the urgency and the way that the product makes us feel. And we all have that same dream of changing our families' lives, or we wouldn't be here. So getting in a room like that with people and absorbing their energy and letting people support you, don't let it be something you think about. If I'm going to come and do a training someplace and meet y'all and, spend an entire day pouring in, and your 4 to 5 hour drive, get there, grab a friend and get there. Get in your car by yourself and get there, because you'll be welcomed with open arms. There will be plenty of people there that'll, even if you're the only one and you don't have a team yet, you have a team. You're on our team. You know, don't ever feel that way. Don't ever feel alone. But it's so freaking huge. These things are a game changer. They are game changers. So just know the benefits and the opportunity and what it can be for your future to get to something with other thrivers in person. You know, I know we get on Zooms like this and, you know, that's all great. But there is, like I said, it's like going to a concert, getting to that actual concert live, seeing your favorite, you know, artist, you know, right in front of you. It's way different than watching that concert on TV. Like the everything, the feeling, everything, you are there, you're in that moment. So make sure that it's something that, you know, if anything, I hope that you put it on your priority list to get to the next thing that you can get to. No matter what. Game changer. So again, I want to make sure I want to do a Zoom this week, and I want to call on so many of you that feel like sharing like your aha moment. I want everybody that wants that was there that wants to speak. I want you to be able to have your time to share, because I already know that the people that just shared this morning, like those ahas and sharing, like especially the entire day and those little things that we've learned, what something that changed your life at conference could change someone else's life. Like it had that same impact. So I want to make sure those things get shared. So I'm thinking, I mean, maybe we'll even do that Wednesday for to make it look like we're just the most awesome team on the planet, which we are, by the way, for my documentary thingy. I just have to tell you guys, it is so surreal to think that I was a waitress and a bartender and had never done anything like this before. Like literally, I think about, you know, when you live literally 37 of your years, you guys, I was 37 when I found network marketing. Okay. Which I've been in the industry 10 years. That totally just aged me. But I was not 18, 21, 25, 30, 37 years old was when I found this industry. I lived my life for 37 years struggling. I lived my life literally borrowing money from mom, friends, always struggling, waiting for tax time, my tax money. Oh my gosh, I got all these kids. I'm about to get a big tax return and it would be gone the week later. I mean, literally thinking about, you don't forget about what your life is like when you live it for 37 years. I've only been living this life for a short time. And it just boggles my mind that I was riding around in a vehicle that I had to crawl in through the back door. Only one door opened in my car. I had no air conditioning and none of the windows rolled down. I had plastic over my back window. My kids were embarrassed of our vehicle. It was so, I would go to work, y'all, and I literally had to crawl out the back door because my door didn't open. You know how embarrassing that is? People seeing you like that. I mean, I've had a vehicle repossessed out of my driveway. I've had a home foreclosed on. I mean, I was 37 years old renting and it just like in so far in debt that every time the phone rang, literally I was avoiding the phone calls. I was like, oh my God, if it's a 1-800 or 1-888, and which is all they called, don't answer that because it was definitely somebody trying to collect money from my ass. Like I think about where I was and the life I was living and what that looked like. And you guys, it's so emotional. And it was looking at all of those people. It took 3 separate pictures to get in our entire team that was there because there was so many people. That's never happened before. Like usually it's one big photo and we couldn't even get everybody together because it was so large. It was emotional seeing all of those people in all of those categories be from our team. And people walk across the stage and, you know, like Twin and Angela Fan being able to like speak on stage from our team and train thousands of people. I mean, I've had that opportunity with my last company and even Lavelle to be on stage and be given, you know, accolades. And you know what? That's awesome. But I hope and pray I never see that stage ever again. I truly do. If it's the most amazing thing in the world to see your team winning, to see other people getting to that place too, to be able to know in your heart, like to be able to absolutely know that every single person on this Zoom and every single person on our team can walk that stage, can get to 200K, can, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, whatever that is for you, you can achieve it and you can reach it. To know that I'm not just blowing hot air and telling people they can get to a place, and in the back of my mind going, can they? Because nobody's done it yet. Like, I don't have to do that anymore, because anybody can do it, because they're proving it, because it's happening. 1,000 people getting an auto bonus, 1,000 people. All I wanted in this industry was to create a bunch of thousandaires, and we're doing that. Like, that's crazy. Like, what this is doing in people's lives. It's just so extremely emotional to know that that our team is so amazing, and that we are growing and sharing this opportunity and these products and changing lives, and to be a part of something like that. Like, I'm telling y'all, I've given up hope. 37 years old, I'm like, this is my life. I guess I'm always going to be working 70 hours a week. I guess I'm always going to be that struggling person. I don't know what I'm going to do when my kids want to go to college or when they want to get married, because they ain't going to get help from me. Like, I had just almost settled with the fact that this was going to be my life, because I didn't know how I was going to change it. And for this to come into my life, for somebody to step up and have the courage to say, why don't you try this? Look at this. Why don't you, somebody in my life push their way in and introduce me to this. And it's changed my life forever, forever. I will never be that girl that has to work 70 hours a week, waiting tables, missing out on everything, working for pennies. And the cool thing is that every single time you guys think about chickening out, or every single time you guys think about, man, there's somebody I'm thinking about that really needs this business or that really needs these products, I want you to think about where you were, where I was, where other people were, that it was the hope that somebody offered them that changed their life forever. I mean, I didn't want anything to do with this industry. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I never would have looked at it, but I had a friend push it on me. I had a friend that was brave enough to say, why are you being so stubborn, Lisa? What, do you want to keep living your life the way you're living it? Because if you don't do anything different, nothing different is going to happen. And it was that blatant person in my face saying that got me thinking. And I thought, what if? Why not? Who knows? And it's what led me here today. So the next time you feel the way you feel and want to chicken out, and you're standing next to that person at the grocery store, and that little nudge in you says, you need to say something to this person, or you need to make friends, or dude, follow your heart, follow that nudge, because you never know who that next person is that needed you to come into their life and change it forever. Don't play God. Don't make other people's minds up for them. Don't just assume that they don't want this, or assume that they don't want you to say anything, or assume they don't need it. Like, you don't know, and you could change somebody's life forever, and that could change your life forever. It's just such an amazing feeling. And I can't even get across to everybody on here this morning how emotional and how just unbelievable the last 10 years of my life have been, because of a yes, because I decided to step out of my comfort zone, and to think that it led to this. I'm not anybody special, you guys. I literally, in a textbook terms, I'm a hot mess express. I have so many flaws, and there's things about me that just are, that there's a million reasons I shouldn't be here. That's all I'm saying. And I am. And I am. I'm here. And if I am, so can you. So it's just incredible. I think we aren't doing 100 days to brave this morning. We are.
Yes.
We are. Yeah. Well, yes, we are. Or yes, we aren't.
We are.
Oh, well, shit. That's why I kept talking. Okay. I read that wrong in the chat, I guess. Okay. Whoever's doing it, let's do it.
Okay. It's day 65, Divine Detours.
Thanks, Jana.
Yeah. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. You know that thing you think your life is going one way and then something changes? You may be like, wait a minute, I thought I was going to be a nurse. Why did I not get into that nursing school? My standout divine detour happened when I applied to get into the School of Education at the University of Georgia. Remember how I told you that being a teacher was my lifelong dream? Well, I applied to the School of Education and I didn't get in the first time. To be fair, I had kind of slacked in the first 2 years of college, but I mean, my grades weren't bad. But when I didn't get in, I thought, I have always wanted to be a teacher. What do I do? And it broke my heart because I had never planned for a different career. So I ended up having to explore other things for a couple of months and thinking, okay, my life plan has changed. And that was a divine detour I had to work through. It was so good for me to walk through that, even the painful parts. After a few months, a spot came open in the program and they let me in. So I got to pursue teaching after all. But the Lord has given me divine detours like that more than once, where I've had to work through the question, what if I don't actually get to do the thing I want to do? Divine detours are no fun in the moment, whether they involve work, dating, friendships, church, or family. They're a shock. They're a change in plan that you didn't ask for. But the thing is, we need divine detours because it's through the divine detours that God always takes us where we're supposed to go in the long run. God is God and he loves you. So oftentimes a divine detour may be just his way of getting you to look up at him and be brave enough to ask the hardest of hard questions like, God, do I trust you? Even if I don't understand what you're doing. God sees the whole picture, your whole story, your future. You can trust him even when he derails your plan because he is good and he loves you. Be brave. In your journal, list 2 or 3 divine detours that have happened in your life. As you look back now, can you see how they worked out for your good in the end?
Well, don't fit. How many of you guys are on a divine detour right now when this came into your life? Like, I never expected this in a million years to be my story. I didn't wake up one day and think I'm gonna like be an in-home sales girl and sell vitamins. Like that was not on the radar, y'all. But here we are. Here we are changing lives. And it's so much bigger. Every single person on here knows it's so much bigger than a patch. It's so much bigger than 2 capsules in the morning. It's so much bigger than a lifestyle mix. It's so much bigger than a product. It's so much bigger than a comp plan. It's impacting people and being a part of something so much bigger than all of us. And if you were at a conference this weekend, you understand, you get it. You get how huge this is, the impact, the everything, being a part of something so special like this. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Thanks for being the best, most awesomest team on planet Earth. I am honored to have said yes, and I'm honored for that next person to have said yes, and I'm honored that all you said yes, and I'm honored that all the yeses that are going to come after you. Like, it is so crazy. You guys are going to be the yes to thousands of people changing their lives as long as you stick with this. And there's nothing more important than that in my eyes. So excited. We've got a crazy week coming. And the year takes all of you. It's good morning. Thanks to everybody that